What's up guys, Blade Master here, bringing you some replays from my path, Blade's path, in Pontic's Total War tournaments. This is the first Attila tournament organized, I think, because he decided to start like registering and getting people registered before the game even launched. So anyways, I'm fighting up against Indie Pride from the Milk and Cookies Total War YouTube channel in this in my first round. And the way the tournament works is the rules are no artillery, both players are designated attackers, max 6 cavalry and no Tegmata cavalry allowed, and max 6 at the same unit. The player at the top of the bracket picks the faction and map first, and then since it's a best of 3, the player at the bottom of the bracket gets to switch, so he gets the map and faction pick for the second game. And then if there's a tiebreaker, then it's going to be a Western Roman Empire versus Western Roman Empire mirror matchup. Yeah, that's basically it. So let's go ahead and look at what armies we brought. This is the first match. I've taken the I've taken the Ostrogoths in this one. Yeah, I took the Ostrogoths. I've got 4 noble Germanic swordsmen, each with a single experience chevron. I've also brought a couple of Germanic levy, and I've brought a total of 4 Germanic archers. These units cost 275 talents. I've got a unit review video up of them that you guys should check out. I've also brought a couple of Gothic Volksmen and the cheapest Germanic nobles general. I've also brought a total of 6 noble Germanic horsemen, and I've put a couple of upgrades on some of them. Indie Pride, on the other hand, has taken the Visigoths. I think he's taken the Ostrogoths. I've taken the Visigoths. It's something like that. It's the Gothic matchup, and he has taken a total of 6 Germanic horsemen. These units cost 675 talents. They are a very, very good unit, but people tend to get a bit too carried away with them. At the end of the day, their lack of morale, of good morale, kind of like is poor, because I mean they don't have good. It just means they don't have good staying power. Although their melee attack and health and everything else is brilliant, 38 morale is just a bit too less. But besides that, they are, make no mistake, they are one of the best melee cavalry units in the game. They do need some support though, so either bring a lot of numbers of them like Indie Pride has brought here, or keep some spear support handy. So he's brought 6 of them, 2 on either flank. I would personally like to see 3, and I'm going to charge in with my noble Germanic horse over here against this, but he's going to pull back. He's also brought 1 Germanic spear on either flank, I would say. No, he's brought a total of 1 Germanic spear and a couple of Germanic spear masters here. My noble Germanic horseman is going to get caught in the rear by them, by his Germanic horse, which is terrible for me, so I'm going to have to pull in one of my Germanic levy and come in and attack them. I need to engage his Germanic spearmen as well. But over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in with my noble Germanic horse onto the front of his braced Gothic Palatinate defectors. He's brought 6 of them, and he's kept some Germanic Spearmasters behind them also. But the fact is, he didn't use any defensive ability, and they had fired will on, so I don't think they were braced effectively. And let's go ahead and take a look at the 67 already on these. This Gothic Palatinate defector is done, and now I'm going to be able to charge in with my noble Germanic swordsman and also my Gothic Volksman. And he's also brought his general over here. His Royal Scion is tier 3, extremely powerful general. But the thing is, I've got some noble Germanic horse, swordsman here, and this Gothic Volksman. I think there was a Gothic Volksman here. Yeah, there it is. That's very close to his Royal Scion, his general, and you can see they're already taking a ton of casualties from concentrated Germanic archer fire. 4 of these Germanic archers are pouring in the fire, and here he's got another Germanic horseman that I'm going to engage with a free noble Germanic horseman of my own. I've also got a Germanic levy here that's going to help out. Here, one of my Germanic levy managed to catch his Germanic spearman, which is really essential, otherwise I would have lost this cavalry battle, so that was a pretty essential move. But here, his Royal Scion, his general, is destroyed because the Gothic Volksman came in for some timely spear support. Now all I have to do is just kite back and let him try and attack me, and just keep getting shots at from my Germanic archers. Most of his cavalry is basically done. The other ones are going to be engaged against my superior cavalry, so I don't really have a problem in that sense. Here, his Royal Gothic Palatinate defectors are going to engage my Germanic nobles, and he's also coming in with his Germanic horsemen for a second charge. Let's take a look at how many kills they've gotten. 28. It doesn't look like they've done very well. Again, if they're going to be, they're going to match up against heavier cavalry than them, then they're just not going to do too well. But again, they're very, very good cavalry. They were just matched up against cavalry units that were superior to them. So I'm going to be able to rear charge with my noble Germanic swordsman against his Gothic Palatinate defectors here. My Germanic nobles general is holding out a little bit, and yeah, I'm just going to pull away with my noble Germanic swordsman and my horseman here. and his horsemen are basically done. This game is just about GG time. Yeah, mopped up this Germanic horseman over there, and his Gothic Palatine defectors are, yeah, they're wavering now. Let's go ahead and fast forward. It's about 30 seconds left. Germanic horsemen over here still at half strength. They've done a lot of damage to my noble Germanic horsemen. So close victory to me. I think the Germanic horsemen are a very good unit, and potentially they can be more powerful than noble Germanic horsemen if you upgrade them and for cheaper. But the only thing that's holding them back is their lack of morale. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. My Germanic archers didn't get many kills, but they helped kill off his Royal Sionis general pretty quickly. My Gothic Falsemen did a lot of damage, and they really helped out a lot. And my Noble Germanic Swordsmen as well did pretty decent. Germanic Levy actually played a pretty big role here. They held off some of his Germanic Spearmen. His Germanic Spearmasters really just, they weren't a good, they just didn't prove value for money at all. Anyways guys, that's the end of Game 1. Stay tuned for Game 2 and potentially Game 3. Peace.